So now it's been a couple of days since the finale of the Season 2 Mandalorian, and I want to talk about exactly what this series so far has meant to me. As somebody that has been starving for Star Wars, as somebody that grew up and enjoyed Star Wars as a kid, I mean, I'm telling you right now, I can go back to the entire first two trilogies, episode 1 through 6, and I can pretty much mimic the entire dialogue of the entire series. It's ridiculous. My wife thinks it's weird. As a kid, though, man, that was my jam, man. I enjoyed Star Wars so much, up to the point where I watched it so much and I knew exactly all the words of dialogue in it. So as an adult, as somebody that still enjoys it, I mean, hell, I played the Old Republic, and somebody that enjoyed KOTOR and even Battlefront, the Battlefront series, old and the new games from EA, even though they had some predatory things in them, they were still fun to experience the Star Wars galaxy. And that's one thing as an adult now, and we're kind of getting into the newer trilogy that really wasn't, to some people, it was something that they enjoyed. For me and my family, my wife in particularly, we do not like that trilogy whatsoever. So we were starving. We were legit starving for some Star Wars content, starving for something to bring us back into it. Because honestly, I mean, the Old Republic is a game that I can enjoy and play and love, and play the Sith, Republic. I can play as a trooper, bounty hunter, Jedi, Sith, whatever it might be. But it was something that it made me want more. It made me want to have a movie. It wanted me to feel so much more immersed into the environment. And I think one thing that, as a kid growing up, you had the movies in front of you. You had some of the video games like Shadow of Empires and stuff like that. And then you also had the action figures. Like I remember as a kid watching the trilogy, watching the films, and then also playing with the action figures. So I was immersed as a kid, as somebody that really enjoyed it. So as an adult, I'm really wanting that same feeling. I'm wanting that same immersion into it and that same love that I have. Now, when The Mandalorian came out, you know what? This first season, it got me hooked. It got me something. I'm like, okay, this is some potential. Look, again, we're coming off of this newer trilogy where it's very decisive. It's very polar opposite of people of liking it to not liking it, and I feel like it's maybe maybe a 70-30 break between people that just did not like it to 30% of people that liked it and whatnot. Maybe it's a little bit more or less, going back and forth, but at least to me, that's what I'm seeing. So I'm kind of going off of that as somebody that did not like the new trilogy and like the new way that Star Wars went ever since Disney bought it. Mandalorian was kind of a breath of fresh air, because the season 1, I was like, okay, I can dig this, even though I'm not a huge fan of them kind of going up to continuing on this storyline of this storyline of Return of the Jedi, or the same Empire and Rebellion storyline. I would love for them to go back maybe the Old Republic, or go back some other timeline in the Star Wars saga and try something new with Revan or something like that. I feel like we've just been beating this dead horse of the rebels and the Empire and whatnot. But anyway, the Mandalorian decides to go that route, but it's still, to me, very good. I mean, it's almost similar to like Rogue One, where the Mandalorian doesn't have any Jedi or anything, at least in the first season, besides Grogu, or Baby Yoda. We knew him as Baby Yoda at the time of season 1, but it was still enjoyable to know that, man, this is actually really good. Even though there's no Jedi, it's still a really good series, and learning about this Mandalorian, learning about it, the culture of the Mandalorians, and it was something that I really enjoyed to watch. And even with the cliffhangers of, the dark saber and whatnot, with it's just, I don't know. There was a lot of things in there that I'm liking from season 1 that got me, okay, you know what, this could be something that could have some potential. So we go into season 2. And I gotta say, man, besides episode 2, I don't know how you guys feel about season 2 and whatnot when it comes to all the different episodes, but episode 2 was about the only episode I was like, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this. Especially my 2-year-old daughter did not like that episode, and I don't know, I just thought it was kind of a weird episode and whatnot. But honestly, now that season 2 is over and we had the major, just magnificent last episode of season 2, and I think a lot of people have been talking about it with who was revealed at the end and whatnot, with Luke Skywalker, and what was going to be going on with the Mandalorians, with what they're going to be doing with Mandalore and whatnot. it made me very excited and hopeful for the Star Wars series, the Star Wars brand, because one thing that has happened recently with Disney saying, hey, we are going to be pushing a lot of different Star Wars movie series, the kind of the cinematic universe of the Star Wars franchise, kind of delving after Return of the Jedi with Rangers of the New Republic and this and that. One thing that got me super excited, and one thing that, again, is making me hopeful for the betterment, I guess, of the Star Wars universe is the Boba Fett series. The Book of Boba Fett, that was one that was actually, that was teased towards the end. That was a big secret that wasn't even revealed during the Disney reveal of all the other movie series that they plan on doing in the future for 2021 and 22. It was a really cool thing to see that, okay, you know what, as somebody that is a fan favorite, as somebody that really enjoys Boba Fett, that we didn't really get to experience so much in Return of the Jedi and even in The Empire Strikes Back, but getting to see his character in Season 2 and seeing how badass he is and what he can do. And it was one thing that was just, again, a lot of people were disappointed in not being able to see in the movies, but we're now getting to see in this TV series. Again, has me very hopeful for what we can actually get to see later on in other episodes. Again, Ahsoka Tano was also shown. I believe it was episode 4 or 5. Maybe it was episode 5. And that was, again, another thing that made me extremely hopeful for somebody that watched the Clone Wars later in life. I didn't watch the Clone Wars when they first came out. I think it was on Cartoon Network at the time. It made me very hopeful that knowing of, being an older adult and watching this stuff now, and even watching it with my kid, we watch the Star Wars Rebels and whatnot, and even the storyline from that, and seeing that intertwine into Mandalorian and seeing what they can do with that has me, again, extremely hopeful that Star Wars is going away from what was happening in this new trilogy. And this is my opinion. There's some people out there that have a different opinion than mine. I understand that. But for somebody that has an opinion of the new trilogy, of not really liking it, there was a lot of lacking in potential. One in particular, Finn. I feel like Finn had a lot of potential that just was not shown or not given any light whatsoever. But it's showing me that the Star Wars franchise and the Star Wars universe can live. And it seems like The Mandalorian is just trying to do everything it can to bring this series back, to bring the Star Wars universe back to a place where people are enjoying it and loving it, and bringing that old kind of nostalgic feeling of Star Wars. And to me, my personal opinion, I feel like The Mandalorian Season 1 into Season 2 is definitely doing that. And then with other series that are being connected to it, with Ahsoka and Boba Fett and Rangers and other ones that they plan on releasing, is going to be something that's going to be really cool to see later on down the line in big payoffs, similar to what the Avengers were with Iron Man, Captain America, Hulk, Black Widow, all this stuff. It was a great payoff after so many years of seeing it develop through, I guess, over a decade ago, and kind of seeing how everything kind of came up with Thanos. So, to me, looking at The Mandalorian as a savior of the Star Wars franchise and whatnot, I truly believe that. I truly believe that it's definitely brought a breath of fresh air to me. It's made me actually enjoy my Star Wars games a lot more because of that, because I'm watching Star Wars right now with my kid. She's liking the cartoons. We're liking the live action series. I'm coming down here to play video games. I'm playing the Old Republic. I'm having another love for this game as well when it comes to what I'm enjoying. And it's definitely one thing that, to me, it's definitely helped me out a lot. It's definitely helped me out a lot that The Mandalorian has been one of those driving factors that helped me relive the memories I had as a kid loving the Star Wars universe and making me appreciate a little bit more of what Star Wars has done, at least when it comes to video games and whatnot. And it's definitely helped my enthusiasm when it comes to, playing Star Wars games. So I actually really enjoyed the Old Republic a lot more, and that's actually one video I'm going to do next, is the 9th anniversary, the 9-year-old Star Wars The Old Republic game. Is kind of crazy to know that has already come and passed, but even this game, for how old it is, still brings me a lot of enjoyment with reliving and being immersed in the Star Wars universe. And The Mandalorian has definitely done that for me, and I've enjoyed the experience that it's brought me as somebody that is just a huge Star Wars fan and as somebody that is wanting to make my kids a Star Wars fan. So, dude, to me, honestly, I think it's great. I hope Ahsoka is good. I hope the Boba Fett can, with this book of Boba Fett, I hope it's really good. We get to see more expansions on that character as well as Ahsoka and everything that they plan on doing with the Rangers of the New Republic and whatnot. But yeah, man, I'm super excited. Hopefully you guys are excited too. Hopefully you guys have gotten to see it. If you have not, check out The Mandalorian. Check out that series. You're definitely going to be loving it. And also too, if you've not played The Old Republic as a Star Wars game, definitely try it out as an MMORPG. It is definitely one of those things that if you were wanting to be immersed in the Star Wars universe, definitely check this game out. You will not be disappointed, because as somebody that's been playing this since 2011 on and off, it's definitely one of those things I've really enjoyed always coming back to and having a lot of fun playing it. So, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys see Mandalorian as a savior of the Star Wars franchise and the Star Wars universe? And then also, too, if you've played the Old Republic, let me know in the comments below and what you're enjoying in that game as well. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please have a great rest of the day, and I'll talk to you guys all next time.